Hey Hannah, Kendall here. I really thought your lesson was very, very cool. The first thing I wrote all sorts of notes on your lesson plan just to kind of remind myself what I was hoping to talk to you about in this video. So it might all be willy-nilly and totally unorganized, but I feel like that's what you get at the end of the semester, right? My tripod must need some work because it just keeps falling. Sorry. I love the way that you split up your board so that each kid had workspace. I feel like that is going to cut down on them easily being able to see each other's answers. I just have one whiteboard space in my room and it's not that big. But my kids love to stand and write with it. So I definitely think I might partition my board off in different ways. I've got some magnetic border that I could put up and that would give them a workspace that is just different from sitting at my table. I'm gonna move my camera again. That is the space where I do most of my work. This year I've experimented a lot with writing on my table with dry erase markers. My kids love that and it wipes off pretty easily, but the thing about all sitting at the same table is you can see each other's answers super duper easy. So I liked the way you split up your boards. You talked about using manipulatives and the number line. I have a border that I found a long time ago. It's just got the numbers 1 through 10 on it. And I have cut it apart so that each kid has a section. It's kind of like a number line, kind of not like a number line. But we still use that today. So if you could find a border, that might make a cool number line for your students to use also. At one point you had your kids turn and talk, and that partner support is so cool. I used to teach third grade general ed, and I loved the way kids could learn from their partners. They can even do it at this grade level too. There are so many kids that either get the concept right away or they don't get the concept right away, and so talking to somebody that does get it can help a kid that does not get it so fascinatingly awesome. So I love that they have the opportunity to turn and talk and get support from each other. You mentioned that you would like to get better at knowing how to phrase words for kindergartners. I love what I do. I love teaching letters and sounds and counting to kindergartners all day long. But the hardest part for me is not talking to them like they're third graders. It's a little bit easier for me right now because my daughter is in kindergarten. And so I just think, how would I talk to her? But I feel like older kids get my sarcasm a little bit easier. Older kids can read my eyebrows a little bit easier. Older kids are just easier to get them to open up about what is happening in their lives, how I can help them. I also very much struggle with knowing what to say, how to say it so that it sinks in. Kind of like in our group discussion board, I was talking about the girl that was stealing. I just don't really know what to say to her to get her to see the magnitude of what she's doing. So I'm happy to know that I'm not the only one out there feeling like I struggle with talking to the little guys. Thank you. Please know that you're not alone either. You also said something about knowing how to keep kids busy when their work is done. And that is something that I too struggle with, because in my head, I want to say, well, this kid's done, let me give him another problem. But before I know it, I have 4 kids around my table all working on 4 different problems, and I don't remember what I gave Billy or what I gave Mackenzie or why they're suddenly not doing the same problem that I thought they should be doing. And so that is a challenge too. I've tried giving them manipulatives that they could tinker around with while I was helping another kid, but that just kind of turns into extra recess, which is a disaster when you're trying to help somebody. So that is another challenge of mine as well. If you think of anything cool, definitely share your ideas. You talked about the use of manipulatives. Man, I love manipulatives. I have these gems that I bought from Hobby Lobby in like their Easter decor. There's like little flowers and dragon tears. There's butterflies. My kids have loved those. Even my boys are counting and adding in ways that I didn't really know they could because they love those gems. And so now I am on the hunt for more gems like that. Just random little pieces that we can use to count or hold our place in a game or whatever. They love that. I have a friend that uses noodles. Like, what else could we use? Counters of different kinds, bears like you showed in your lesson plan. I have different kinds of blocks and those are fun. I have a group of boys and I just give them Hot Wheels, like the micro machines from all the years past. Those are fun too. So I loved your lesson. Thank you so much for sharing. I have it all printed out right here. And I am definitely going to steal it from you to use next year. So thank you. Have a great semester. Have a great end of the semester and have an awesome summer. See you later.